Okay, everybody. Here we are doing the summary after 7 shoes of the 1326 betting system compared against flat betting. Again, just as a refresher, the 1326 system is a positive progressive betting system. The 1326 represent the number of units that you would be betting on consecutive winning hands. So you start with an opening bet of 1 unit. If you win that hand, you move up to 3 units. If you win that hand, you bring that down to 2 units. And if you win that hand, you bring that up to 6 units. If you win that 6-unit hand, you've completed the cycle, you start the cycle all over at 1 unit. Anytime you lose, you start the cycle over at 1 unit. The way we played, anytime we would push, you would repeat the same bet. Blackjacks counted as just a single win, same as a double down would be. Even though you won actually 2 wagers, you would still just move. So if you were at 1 unit and you bet and you doubled down and you won that, despite winning 2 bet units, you would still just move up to the 3. Splits, it would depend on what your net result was. If you won 1 and lost 1, that would be treated like a push, so you would just repeat the same bet. If you won both, that would be like that would just be the same as any win, so you just move up to 1 more spot in the progression. We did have one situation where there was a resplit, and that was 2 wins and 1 loss, so a net of 1 win. So that was just treated as a win and moved to the next position in the progression. Okay, I kept track of all the hands, or the number of hands, so that and we'll see that here. So I'll just get going here. Yeah, the first hand, or the first shoe, the 1326 came out exactly at even. The flat betting came out down 3. Then that was with 45 hands, which continues to be the minimum number of hands we see in a 6-deck shoe playing head-to-head against the dealer. Somebody actually put in a comment on one of the days, I forget exactly which one, asking, shouldn't there be 2 hands, one for each? And my answer to that is no. You need to. They both systems need to play the same set of cards so that it's a head-to-head comparison. Otherwise, it's only by inference. It's like, well, this guy got a 20 and this one got a 17. So the 21, but the dealer got a 19, so the 17 loses. You can't do that. They need to be playing on the same cards. That allows our flat bet to be a benchmark, which we've also been using for Martingale, Paroli, and I'm going to continue to do as I test out other systems. So anyways, after the first day, first shoe, 1 shoe a day, flat to -3. So the 1326, did better, didn't lose. Okay, day 2, the 1326 gained 3.5 units, and the flat betting gained 2.5 units in 48 hands. This is your net running total. So 0 plus 3.5 is 3.5. A -3 plus a 2.5. You're only down half a unit. If you're at a $5 table, that's $17.50. You're down $2.50 after 2 shoes. Okay, moving on. On the third shoe, the 1326 did quite a bit better than the flat betting, gaining 10.5 to a running total of 14, where the flat betting lost 4.5 to down a full 5 in 47 hands. Fourth shoe, again, the 1-3-2-6 did quite a bit better, gaining 16 for a running total of 30. The flat betting had a decent day, gaining 5.5, so putting it back into the green, as you can see, by a half a chip, so, or half a unit. So again, $5 table, that's $2.50. $5 table over here, that's up $150. Again, that's 47 hands. So the 1-3-2-6 really starting to kind of take off here. You know, these are significantly, well, this is, you know, a win versus a loss. This is a, you know, almost 3 times as much winnings. Again, here it did better. Here it did better. Okay. On the fifth shoe, we did see the 1-3-2-6 have a loss of 2, so of 2 betting units, while the flat betting gained 5. So brings it still very much in the positive there as a running total of plus 28, and bringing flat in to plus 5.5. 50 hands that time. We didn't get any higher than that. I think, I don't recall exactly, but what I think was probably happening was there was a lot of choppy action going on here, which we did get. I'll talk about in the later shoes, where the 1-3-2-6 would win one hand, then have to bring out another one to the next wager of 3, and then would lose that. Whereas, you know, a win-lose, win-lose, flat betting would stay right at even. This starts costing, you know, win 1, lose 3 would be a net loss of 2 over those 2 hands, whereas this would be at 0. So that's where it starts to 1-3-2-6 really starts to suffer and trail behind when you get that choppy back and forth action. You know, if you can win 2 in a row, and then you lose the next one in the progression, the 2, you're actually still at even. The key to the 1-3-2-6 to really making money is to complete the cycle. So 4 wins in a row. So moving on, the 6th shoe. Again, the 1-3-2-6 managed to pull off a gain of 5, so it's back up to plus 33 for the running total. And the flat betting still had a pretty good day, did better at plus 6.5, so a running total of 11.5 in 49 hands. But still, the 1-3-2-6 is pulling in about 3 times as much. Maybe it was on day 5 or day 6, I was starting to ask myself, you know, do I like the 1-3-2-6 system? And honestly, while I was doing it, I didn't really get the feel for it. I mean, I got the feel for it. I understood how to apply it. I didn't like it. It didn't feel right to me, because especially when there was a lot of choppy action, it just felt like you're treading water, not, I guess. But then if you would complete the cycle, then you would see a lot of chips, which is what was happening here. Okay, day 7, the first day, or the only time, actually no, sorry, but a much more significant loss by the 1-3-2-6, down 9.5, with a running total of 23.5. And again, the flat better did better, gain of 2.5 for a running total of plus 14 in 47 hands. So overall, same result as there. The 1-3-2-6 ended up 23.5 units up. The flat better ended up plus 14 in a total of 333 hands. So what this shows us is that these were generally good shoes. If this one was pretty much even, this one was pretty much even, this one was not so good. These were pretty good. So actually, no, I'm looking at the greens. Anyways, this one was okay. This one was not so good. These are fine, you know. So you can see that, you know, 6 out of 7 shoes, the flat better won, which would tell us that cards were coming nicely. And since they're playing the same hand, you know, all but twice, the 1-3-2-6 was winning. It's kind of odd, and this I think goes to show the effects of the choppy action. When it lost, the flat better was still in the positive. When it lost, the flat better was in the positive. Okay, here it was still positive, but it was less. Here, this must have been one we must have completed a couple of cycles. Maybe the action wasn't so choppy. That's quite a bit of gains. And here, this is, really about 3 times the payout again. Difference of 14. So you see that about 3 times the gain, about 3 times the gain. It's here this was pretty even. And then those ones that we're losing. Overall, that's about 50% better, a little better than 50%. So, and this is a limited set. It's only 7 shoes, but it might represent approximately the number of hands you might play in a regular session of sitting down. It all depends on how long you play when you play blackjack, when you go to the casino. But it does look like it worked. If you watch these videos, I start saying I didn't like it. I don't keep track of things while I'm doing it. I just play, and then I do the summary at the end. I was honestly, when I'm putting the summary together, I was a little surprised that it came out like this. Again, the flat better did okay, but the 1326 is doing better. I'm not endorsing it, as I tell you in each of these videos, that I don't endorse any particular way of playing, and this is not definitive, because we could play a couple more shoes, have a couple more bad losses, and that puts us down quite a bit, especially if it's something like this. Then we'll start to see if we have 2 more shoes similar to number 7. Let's say you take off 19, you're going to be at plus 4.5, and you add another 5 to 19. So flat could well be ahead. Would I use this? I don't think so. I didn't like I've said, I didn't really like it. But I'm willing to test it out. It seemed to do okay, as we can see, and that's why we're testing all of this. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I'm not exactly sure which one I'm going to do next, but I'll figure that out. If anybody watching knows of another system that I haven't tested yet that you would like to see, put it in the comments. Make a request. I'll do the research on it, and you can give it a try. Why not? Okay, thanks for watching. Remember, please like and subscribe, and bye.